So is Sam Raimi truly back? Let's rant about it. All right, we got another review today. We're looking at Send Help from 2026, directed by Sam Raimi and starring Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien. So this film centers on a woman played by Rachel McAdams who's very kind of in her own world. She's definitely an awkward character, but she's very good at her job. She does this strategic planning for this unnamed Fortune 500 company. And she's sort of next in line to get a big promotion based off of her previous boss, who ran the company and promised her she would get the next promotion. Just so happens, he just passed away and his son is taking over the job. So she's very much thinking she's going to get the promotion, but he comes in and acts like a complete douche and strips away her promotion, kind of makes her feel small and belittles her, and is just acting like a dick basically the whole time. So you get this weird dynamic where she's kind of upset, but she really wants to prove herself. So she gets one final chance to go on this plane trip to do one final acquisition in Australia or some far off country. I forgot what specific country. And there's a big plane crash, and they end up on an island where it's just the two of them. They're the only survivors. And then you kind of see the reversal of power dynamics, how she's very much able to survive and thrive on this island, and he very much doesn't have the authority that he's used to having. And that's where this movie takes off, and then you get the shenanigans that take place on the island. So that's ultimately what this film is about. My thoughts on the film is I liked the film. I thought it was a pretty good film. So wanted to just start off with that. There's definitely things about it I really liked and some things that were just okay and not that great. But ultimately, this is a Sam Raimi movie, and you're going to get fun, and there's definitely fun elements of this film. There's sequences that kind of full balls out, but they are more fewer than far between, which I wasn't fully expecting. Especially towards the end, I was expecting kind of full-blown chaos, and you do get some of that, but it doesn't go as big as some of his other fare. And really kind of the premise, you don't really, it's not really inherent in this particular premise, but you expect that from Sam Raimi to really find that avenue within here to really go fucking really crazy with it. So that's both kind of a good and bad for me on this film. I liked what he did, but I was expecting more and wanting a little bit more from that. The really big thing about this film that really kind of locked me into it was Rachel McAdams' performance. I thought she did a fantastic job with this. Definitely playing a very nuanced character that kind of goes through many different waves of emotions and different, the power dynamics and things like that. You definitely get to see the reversal of that, and it really plays out in her performance. I've loved her since I first saw Mean Girls, and she's been a fantastic actress throughout her career. So I've really enjoyed everything that she's done. So I'm sort of kind of ingrained to really like her performance. I know I use that excuse also in The Handmaid or the Housemaid. So the same thing. Like I really love the film Mean Girls, and everything that's come out of that. I just kind of naturally love everything that those actors have done. So sue me. It's what I do. Dylan O'Brien does a decent job also. He plays a nice douchey character that you inherently really don't like. So it's easy to not like him. So well done there. But yeah, this film overall is a decent, fun ride, but I think it was missing that next level to really like bring it over the top. Like, holy crap, holy shit, this was an amazing Sam Raimi film. It's still a really good Sam Raimi film, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't have that big wow moment like the end of Drag Me to Hell and things like that, and some of the sequences in there, and definitely not the super crazy over the topness of the Evil Dead movies that he done. So yeah, so overall, I would say, there's a little bit shorter review, but the premise is very small. And again, this movie, one thing that I wanted to note, it's more of a slow burn than you would expect. You would expect it to be more frenetic and like crazy like some of his other films. They really take their time to really develop the relationship between the two leads, which I like. It is a little bit slower paced, and I know I whine and bitch about slower paced films, but to me, it worked. It definitely worked to really understand those dynamics, and their performances alone kind of keep you engaged with what's going on. But again, I'd say where it was lacking, it didn't really escalate up as much as I would have liked it to, even though there is still a relatively cool and wild ending, but just not as much as I was hoping for. So at the end of the day, I'm going to call this one a 3.5 stars out of 5. Definitely on the positive end, definitely worth checking out. So hopefully you get out there and able to see this film. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you can. Again, let me know. What do you think of the film? What do you think of Sam Raimi? Why wasn't Bruce Campbell in this film? Or is he? I don't know. I guess you have to watch the film. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right. Well, again, another review in the bank. Really appreciate it. If I don't see you again, bye forever.